Hey, it's Doug from the Rise Up Gym channel, and are you looking for exercises that help increase your vertical jump? Well, I have some for you. Let's check it out. So one of the most common questions I get, especially from athletes coming in who play basketball or volleyball, is how do I increase my vertical jump? Or can we do exercises to increase my vertical jump? And I said, yes. But it's not just jumping that's going to help you. Yes, it does help, especially working on form and things like that. But you've got to build mobility, foundational strength, and then you have to get everything activated. So the first thing you want to do is mobility. And one of my favorites is just making sure that our ankles and hips are mobile. So we're going to move forward and back. Very simple one. Because we need good ankle extension, we need good hip drive, we want to make sure that they're mobile. If you're not mobile, you're not going to get that full extension that you need to jump high. So this is a real simple one, and you can use it on the box that you are also going to jump on down the road. Also things like prying, so you can be in here, wedge your elbows in, and then shifting side to side, moving around, shifting forward and back, just getting everything mobile in the bottom so you're able to jump better and be freer when you do so. All right, so you know what I'm going to say next. If you've been watching my video series on the first step, change of direction, and kind of preparing for landing, this one is within that same line of you have to build good foundational strength. So that means deadlifts, that means squats, that means lunges. Now, when you want to increase your vertical, you want to kind of err on the side of heavy and kind of lower reps, so that way you have good strength and power production. But those have to always be fundamental in your program. Another exercise we did not talk about in those videos are thrusters. So thruster is a squat to press, and you can do it a few ways. You can do it with a barbell. So just in the front, and I'm going to just mimic a kind of smooth jump. So I'm just going to drop straight down, and then as I float up, I'm going to press overhead and bring it back down. So I'll drop down and up. Also what I can do is get up on my toes at the top of the thruster to mimic that triple extension. So I'll do a full squat, drive up and down. So I'm going to flow through my legs, drive up and get up on my toes. So those are good exercises to do to build up foundational strength. Other ones you can do are step-ups. So we know step-ups will keep one leg on the box, drive up, you can be deliberate with it. Also what I like when the athlete gets a little bit better and more stable is that knee drive. So I come up, drive that knee, and then down, come up, drive that knee. And also you can add weight when you do that to kind of help facilitate the strength and the power for those exercises. All right, so now I'm going to give you what you came for, the power exercises, the ones that carry over well to your jumping ability. So we did our foundation, we did our mobility. Now we're going to do some power stuff. Very basic one that you can do is a knee tuck jump. So what we do is we squat, and as we come up, we're going to bring our knees up. So a lot of vertical jumping is, on a box. Now the boxes are a little bit kind of misleading at times because the box is dependent on how high you bring your legs, and that is kind of considered a vertical jump. A true vertical jump would be the legs down, kind of touching something up high, or those markers, that'd be a true vertical jump if you want to get your actual inches. But, a box is great too. So if I jump up on a 30-inch box and I'm able to raise it, I am getting better and more powerful. Also too, the number doesn't matter too much. It's kind of like, for basketball players, like your bench press, like how much your vertical is. Coaches do take notice of it as well, so it is good to train. Now what we're going to do is we're going to squat, and as I jump up, I'm going to bring my knees up. I'm going to do it in low reps and try to do maximal power. If I do a lot of reps, yes, that does work for rebounding and plyometric effect, but it's also kind of going to zap my power a little bit. And usually a vertical jump is one maximal power movement. So again, I'll drop down and up. Now you can also add weight to it. You can do squat or deadlift jumps. So squat jumps can be done with a kettlebell, as I have there, or you can do with a barbell. So I'll kind of get in a quarter squat position, and I'll drive up and then down, and then I'll reset. And again, I want to be maximal, not weight, but I want to be explosive power. With the weight, we want to get, maybe 20% of body weight at the most, but we're just gonna drop down, drive up, and then stop. Okay, so that's gonna be good power there. A lot of my athletes, before I put a barbell on their back, I'll have them do a kettlebell version of it. And that one's gonna be locking down the arms and driving up. So again, I'll lock down, drive up. One thing I like about the kettlebell versus the barbell is I can add something to it quickly and also maximize the amount of muscle fibers recruited to jump. So there's post-potential activation, which is a fancy name for I get as much muscle fibers to move this weight and help move this weight, so I'm loading my body. And then in theory, those muscles are all turned on, and then I can jump, and I have those muscles recruited already to help facilitate my body weight jump, which can make my jump higher over time if I incorporate that. So next we're going to do an alternating lunge jump. Now this isn't going to be a pure two-footed vertical jump because our legs are in a staggered position, but in sports our legs are usually going to be in that type of position. Also, it's going to train the legs in a different position to help strengthen them. In theory, it's going to strengthen them up to help with the two-footed similar version. So what I'm going to do is just set up in a lunge about 90 degrees with my legs, and then I'll drive up and switch, drive up and switch, drive up and switch. Now, we don't want to do a lot of them again because we want to explode up. I was kind of going a little bit low just because I want to get run out of breath so I won't be able to talk. But that is one way to add more power in that position. Another one you can do is a split squat with the front foot pull. So I'm going to drop down, and as I drive up, I'm going to pull that leg up. So I'm going to load my leg, drive up, and pull the leg. So again, I'll do it. I'm going to have this leg up here. I'm going to drop down, load the leg, and pull. So in theory, that's going to drive up and help me increase my vertical. All right, more weighted exercises. The kettlebell swing is a great one. Now we use that a lot for our horizontal or first step, but it can help your vertical as well. What I would probably do when someone's good at the swing is load the weight a little higher, drop the reps, and maybe only do one rep, like one powerful rep. So what I would do is load up, hike through, and then set it down. And if I want to add those jumps in between, we can. But, so again, I'm going to hike it through, and then down. So I'm going to get that explosive power. And again, it's also good to do a couple of jumps after that to get that muscle activation. What you can also do is a clean. A lot of barbell cleans in college programs are great. I particularly don't use a lot of barbell cleans unless a college athlete's coming home and needs them in the program. Because if you catch it wrong, the wrists are a little bit compromised and you can injure yourself. Kettlebell clean is great, especially the double clean. It's a little less risky, but it's also has to challenge your body because if you don't do it right at the same time simultaneously, the bells are going to bang at different times and you're not going to get good coordination. Barbell's a little more fixed. Yes, you can do more weight, so they are good to do in theory to help your vertical jump, but these work as well. So what I'm going to do is hike through, drop. So I'm really pulling through. You can also add a little bit of a jump in there too. So here, and then in. So you're adding a little component at that timing when the bells are pulling back and coming through to add that jump. And again, that'll help your vertical jump. All right, lastly, yes, a box jump is great. Now this box is a little low, but you want to pick a box where you can land in a quarter squat versus dropping way low if it's too high. Not that it's wrong, you're able to get higher, but it puts a lot more stress on the low back and you're kind of landing in an awkward position. I like to land in a good athletic position so you can transition and move. So find a box that you're able to do that with. Now you can also do a one-footed box jump, something lower, but jumping up and landing as well, and that'll help balance out the leg strength. One other one that we did in another video is we did the depth drop and then went laterally for that change of direction. But what you can do here is depth drop and then do the knee drive as we did earlier. So I'll drop down and then immediately come up. So I land my arms down and then drive my knees back up. Again, so we'll drop down, we'll land, arms back, and then jump up. So there's my exercises for you to help increase your vertical jump. I want to thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like it down below. Also subscribe as I try to put a new video out every week. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. If you have any topics for future videos, please put them down in the comments as well. Thanks again, and let's get that bird up.